300. What's the deal? It's your folks, Shaka. Wanted to share my thoughts with y'all real quick. So, y'all, we back again with recap number 11. And so, let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into the shout out. Shout out to my folks, Divine Intellect, Looking Familiar, The Knitting Cohesion, Genova Nostalgia, even Alasia, the Green Bean Queen. I've been seeing you pull up. I appreciate y'all's contribution to what I'm doing on this channel. And if you are pulling up, you liking the videos, you know what I'm saying? You're sharing the videos. You're bringing your intellect to the set, adding to the conversation. I appreciate you. I appreciate your contributions. And so the next thing, y'all, is the page of the week. I'm going to give it to the Knitting Cohesion. You know, y'all, she's over here a lot, but she got her own page. And she's learning more with her creative reps. But just right now, she got a lot to offer, especially to the ladies. You know, I've even shared something that we all can learn from that she came up with. She gave the history on the Barbie. I put that on the community tab. So I would recommend that women especially pull up to her page, hit that sub button, check out a few videos, hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, and I'm sure she would appreciate that. It's 300 over here. And so the next thing is we're going to talk about the quote, you know what I'm saying, of the recap. We're going to get this to choose wisely. You know, they pulled up on the video where I was explaining the whole black business and how us using that label is sometimes counterproductive. He spoke on something, and you can see what flashes across the screen here, that was very interesting. And to be honest, it added to the video. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons why I encourage people to bring their intellect to the set. You know, because, you know, you can contribute something that we all can learn from. You know, even if you are in opposition, you might start some dialogue that we all can learn from. You know, so yeah, I appreciate your contributions to the conversation. And y'all, just moving on, let's get into it. You know, let's get into this recap. Now, the first thing is, y'all, I wanted to speak on the whole Nancy Pelosi thing. You know, I was asked about it. And, you know, in my opinion, y'all, if she had to do it for American interest and it was necessary, I mean, you can't really say much about it. But if she did it just kind of like out of spite to show that the U.S. don't really care about what China is talking about, I don't really think that the U.S. is in a position to be playing a game like that, you know, considering the condition the country is in. You know, when you are not really in a position to fight, it's not smart to do stuff just out of spite. And when you look at China and their influence on the world stage, you know, stuff like that, even minor things like that, affects a lot of what goes on that you might not see here. You know what I'm saying? And so these people that are up front for this country, you would hope that they choose wisely when they choose to do these things. So, you know, and I hope that that's the case with Nancy Pelosi. And that's what I would say about that. But just moving on, y'all, let's talk about this daycare owner who shot her husband because he was molesting the children at the daycare. You know what I'm saying? My thoughts on that, child, is this. You know, I think the dude is going to do the time. You know, and he did deserve the shot. You know what I'm saying? He deserved that. But unfortunately, I believe that the woman is probably gonna have to do some time for that because it was premeditated. You know, she put it in a letter. And so, in my opinion, I think that just in the future, we got to be a little more strategic, with how we deal with those type of animals. Okay, so that people like that woman won't have to do time, okay, for doing the right thing, how a lot of us feel. And a lot of people are kind of like, well, why are people so riled up about it? You know what I'm saying? Why are people... The reason why is because a lot of people, we either know people who are victims to this, we read about it, you know what I'm saying? There are people that are actual victims to this type of nonsense. And, oftentimes justice is not served. And so, when we see these types of things go down and happen, some of us is kind of feeling like, that's somewhat of a W to a lot of us because of how society deals with these types of dudes. When we talk about the justice system and various different things like that, there are way too many times these animals are let back out on the streets and they do crazy things, or it just kind of goes unheard of. And so I believe that that's why. But I think that we got to be a little more strategic about how we deal with these people when these situations go down, so that we can make sure that the right people do the right time. And so that's what I would say about that, y'all. But moving on to the truth of the matter, I wanted to say this real quick because some dude pulled up to the whole flip-flop video and he gonna suggest that I was reaching. There are a lot of millionaires and guys who own big businesses that wear flip-flops and they don't dress. I guess he said they dress bummy or something like that. And first off, man, a lot of y'all be pulling up. Y'all gotta learn how to comprehend, man. It was the video was not about how people dress technically. It's about if are you ready or are you not ready to the best of your abilities when you're outside of your home. Okay, especially when other people are in under your supervision. You know what I'm saying? And care. And so that's what it was about, and then second off, and when you're wearing flip-flops as a man, that is not the case. Okay? And second off, what I wanted to say is being top tier, the last thing it has to do with is your money. It's about how you carry yourself and how you deal with society. Okay? All right? Especially when it comes to the woman. All right? And that's what it's about. And that has nothing to do with having millions of dollars or having the biggest business or anything like that. All right? And so I just wanted to say that, man, a lot of y'all got to get off this idea that the most money means something. All right? It means, yeah, you got some type of economic power out here, yeah. But oftentimes it don't mean anything when it comes to your manhood. All right? Because you can't buy manhood. It starts from within. And so, and it can't be injected. All right? And so I wanted to say that real quick. And the second thing I wanted to say is somebody asked me, do I dislike Africans? Because many of you know that I have a playlist called The Replacements Are Here. And I speak on primarily Africans in that series. And no, I do not hate Africans at all. What I speak on in that series is something that all people of African descent should know about. Okay? Everybody. You know what I'm saying? Just for the purposes of knowing where you came from. You can't know where you're going unless you know where you came from. And in my opinion, considering how Africans come over here and they be talking slick and all these things they be having to say, I think that they be forgetting. And I think that it's very important that all of us know it, man, because we blame so much on these things outside of people of African descent, when we are responsible for so many of the problems that we all have. And I think that, again, one of the reasons why the relationship like it is, the reason why it's like that with us and Africans is because of how we dealt with them. You know, so-called black folks, I've said this several times in that Replacements Is Here series. You know, we have been so invested in learning more about Africa. Okay? You don't hear that talk about people wanting to come from Africa over here to be one with us, to link up with us like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't hear that from them. You hear that from us. You know what I'm saying? And the whole time, they're kind of coming over here, taking pride in their own culture by way of saying, we better than you. And I talked to y'all about this on that one video where I told y'all how they strategically use statistics, okay, to manipulate other groups of people into believing that the level in which they are is okay. Because why? You're better than so-called black people. And that, the African does the same thing. They come over here and they look at us and they get into the propaganda and they say, well, we better than them, despite we're going to ignore all the stuff that's going on in Africa. We're going to ignore the history. And we're over here now, and so we're better than them considering what we see. No, they gotta fall back on that a little bit. And so that's why I provide that information, man. It's a good piece of information, and it ain't about me not liking them or hate. And so yeah. But moving on, y'all, to entertainment. Somebody asked me about Britney Spears and her father, and I've also had people ask me about the Johnny Depp and the Amber Heard situation. Okay, and you know, y'all, the reason why I believe that those situations are up front like that today is because they have to do something to kind of break up the family over there with those other groups of people. Okay, and the reason why is because they need so much that is outside of them today, especially when it comes to like their infertility issues, their offspring issues, and those type of issues that they're dealing with. Like I told y'all, that's the number one reason why they roll back that Roe versus Wade. Okay, but they really need these people to kind of like start thinking more outside of the box and exploring a little bit, because this idea that just them together and nobody else is starting to hurt them. All right, it's starting to mess with their numbers. It's starting to mess with just their stability as a group of people in general. You dig what I'm saying? And so when you look at that Britney Spears situation, it's daughter against father. They want to break up that influence a little bit that the so-called other dude has on that other woman over there, because they need her to be a little more open. And when it comes to the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard situation, it's putting them both in a position to say, hey, you know, is it really the best idea to just stick with my people? Okay. Should I maybe go out and kind of try to see what the world has to offer me? You know what I'm saying? Especially when, you know, it's a good chance that I will be received in many other places. Okay, this is what they're trying to put in these folks' heads a little bit. All right, not too much, because they want to bring it back. Okay, and that's the reason why I got that Who Are They series, especially if you listen to my Clubhouse class on this. Okay, they want to bring it back, but they got to get them to get out there a little bit. And so I think that that's the reason why these stories even exist in this timeline today. You know what I'm saying? So just to kind of speak on that in a nutshell, which is all I'm really going to do. I'm not going to get into that drama that's going on with them or anything. But I wanted to speak on a little article that I came up on, y'all. You know, I had somebody ask me, you know, why are so many of these rappers a little dude? You know what I'm saying? Why are they so little, man? And, you know, I came up on this article some weeks ago with Nicki Minaj featured in this. And they were interviewing her, and she got to talking about how she didn't even pick her own name. She was talking about how she didn't she hated her name. She didn't even want to take the name, but she was told to take the name. And I was just thinking to myself, man, this just further proves how bought and sold these celebrities are, man. But that's why a lot of them dudes be having those little names, and they call babies and all this stuff. Those are names that they gotta take up. You know what I'm saying? In order to be initiated over there on that side. And so this is why I tell y'all, man, a lot of what y'all see in the people up front, they are made up people, okay, that involve a lot of external ideas and brainstorming to present to you who these people are today. And a lot of y'all be out there believing in who they are, okay? But yeah, I just thought that was real interesting, so I wanted to hit on that on here. These celebrities don't even pick their name, and you know what I think about when I hear that, y'all? I think about the Kunta. I think about Roots, okay? What's your name? Alright? But yeah, moving on. Moving on. I wanted to hit about this Beyonce situation. So y'all know Beyonce dropped a new album, and few people pulled up, yeah, man, you know, the album is fire. You know what I'm saying? Yada yada yada. What you talking about? So I had the Knitting Cohesion. I asked her to check out the album, and I got some feedback from a few other people. And listen, y'all, I was never saying that the album or saying that she can't make good music, okay? What I was saying is that the music that she is making it possible for these other groups of people to kind of come into the lane and then claim and take over the lane. See, Beyonce is eventually going to retire, but what she does is she opens up the lane so that when she retires, there's really not going to be nobody that is so-called black, or nobody where these genres originate from. They're not going to be there to really take her place. Okay, that's what she's doing. And the Knitting Cohesion was like, look, I listened to it, and if this album was supposed to be an album that was suggesting that Beyonce is still the queen of R&B, okay, this wasn't that album. And that's exactly what I was telling y'all. Most of these top level artists, especially in this R&B over here, but even in hip hop, they're being encouraged and made to produce and create this kind of music that's really just making it easy for these people to come into the lane. You know what I'm saying? So while you're distracted by sitting somewhere bobbing your hair somewhere, you got people like Adele sitting back in the background in the lab, you know what I'm saying, about to bring that R&B music that everybody wished Beyonce was gonna bring. And when she bring it, a lot of people gonna be like, well, you know, Beyonce kind of had her time now. It's Adele's time. This is how they do it. You know, and the dude, Chris Brown, is having the same situation. The same situation. All right? those album issues that he's having. I think that they said that he had a issue with the album releasing, but when you listen to the album, it's like a DJ Khaled album. I mean, it's not an R&B album. You know what I'm saying? And I think that he was a little tested about the support from it, and it's kind of like, bruh, you didn't deliver on what a lot of your fans probably expected you to bring to the table. And the thing is with him is his fans is getting a little older now. You know, life getting a little more serious. You know what I'm saying? Relationships probably mean a lot more to some of them. And they want to hear that R&B stuff. And this is why Usher is up front right now too. Because people know him for bringing that R&B, bringing his voice. And some people said that, oh man, you said that Chris Brown was the best, but what about Usher? You know what I'm saying? Usher by far has the best talent, better talent with his voice and stuff like that. He has the better voice, but the work, I just think that Chris Brown is a little better. Okay, however, I will say this, definitely a good lane and a chance for Usher to come back and take it. If he was to come with a Confessions or something like that. And that's gonna be necessary for one of them dudes to do it. If R&B is gonna be saved, because I think that just kind of like right now they ain't really got nobody just yet to kind of come through like Adele to kind of like be a threat to the male side of it. But what they're doing with that is they're just blurring the lines with R&B and hip hop. Okay, since they don't really have nobody to come in and take it, they just blur the lines. Okay, and so then people are not really checking for the premier R&B singers. But that's just my opinion on that, y'all. Let's go ahead and move on. The next thing is this Adele. You know, y'all, I was speaking to the Nitty Cohesion, and I was saying that, you know, this dude is looking like he is, this dude, Rich Paul, he's looking like he's just trapped. Like, he's just looking like, man, when is it going to end? You know, this is how he is kind of like looking. And she came around to me with some very interesting information. You know, she said that in Hollywood, a lot of these celebrities have contract relationships to promote each other. Okay? She was like, yeah, they got these contracts, a lot of them, and they pretty much sign a contract, and they're told that, hey, you have to be with this person for so long, and then, you know, when the contract ends, we'll go through the whole little acting thing of how y'all broke up. And she was talking about that could have been a situation with this whole Michael B. Jordan thing as well. But she was like, yeah, good chance that they could be going through that. And, you know, y'all, I mean, I can't really say for sure, but that, to me, I think that they might be under one of them contracts. I don't know. I could be wrong, but dude be looking like he's just ready for it to be over. You know what I'm saying? They have to make it look all good, talking about they own a yacht, they flying to France. But when you look at dude, man, I mean, he looked like they headed to the McDonald's off Prospect over here in the town. You did? I mean, dude just not looking too happy about it. But yeah, I wanted to speak on that because I just thought that was very interesting. And I wonder how many of these celebrities are in these contract relationships. Because you see it a lot. These celebrities, especially when they're pairing up so-called black folks with them other folks, they just be popping out of the blue. Like, dang, where'd that come from? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I thought that was real interesting. But moving on to this Blueface situation. So they got this dude on camera at night somewhere in Hollywood, I believe they say. And he was getting into a straight fist fight with his woman. You know what I'm saying? And from the looks of the video, she was really initiating the fight. She was, going at the dude, fighting him, and then it got to the point he turned around and he turned on her and hit her and threw her down or whatever. And I had a brother wanted to get my thoughts on this. And first thing I'm gonna say this: if you are a man with a woman like that, you don't have any respect for yourself. Okay? You don't have any respect for yourself, man. Because a woman who would do you like that, she don't respect you. Alright? A lot of y'all are being made to believe that this is somewhat of a cute, chaotic relationship. Because this woman is with this dude all the time, and she's doing all this old silly stuff behind him and getting these crazy tattoos or whatever she's doing. And man, this is not the business, bro. This is not the business, bro. I mean, the reason why I don't really want to get deep because I already covered this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to be with a woman that is going to respect you, and you're not going to find yourself one day behind bars because something gets out of hand behind things like this, or in a grave, bro. Okay? You want to avoid women like this, dude. And a dude like this, he never really even had time to be a man on his own, to build respect for himself. And I talked to y'all about this a long time ago. Alright? A lot of these dudes, they graduate from their mama's house into a situation like that with a woman. Okay? They haven't really got the chance to really be on their own and build real respect for themselves as a man. Okay? Because they hop out the gate having kids by women, getting tied up like women, and then you'll find them sitting around thinking this type of stuff is cool. Alright? It's not cool, man. Alright? It's not cool at all. And so, that's what I would say about that, man. That is a very toxic relationship. I'm sure that you have heard all across the internet. But it ain't nothing that you want to aspire to be in. And this is another reason why I tell you to pay attention to the women that you might be interested in. Pay attention to what they are into. Because there are women that actually follow that girl and be all up under her comments and stuff like that. In my opinion, those women do not count, bro. Okay? Avoid them. You run to a chick, maybe she got, what you doing? She checking the status on that girl. Okay, I'm just trying to see what, boy, I walk away quick. Like, dang, I just walk away. She probably be distracted anyway, checking out what that nothing burger is talking about, but that's going to be a good thing for you, man. And you know what's funny about this is, this dude, Whack 100, is always parading this guy around, okay? Talking about he a real gangster and stuff like that. Giving this dude clout. But this is what the representation of a so-called Crip is, okay? And then Whack 100 claims himself to be this OG blood. This is the gang that you have for the youth, those that's under you. I mean, because he's with you. You're not schooling him to nothing. This is what I tell y'all, this is what the entertainers have to offer you, all right? But don't end up like them, all right? Don't end up like him. But just moving on. So we got this dude, Mystical, who's in trouble again. Behind the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's his third time, I think. I think the last time he got out of it because the person really didn't have enough evidence or whatever. Or they didn't testify or something like that. But he got out of the last situation, but now he's back in it again. You know what I'm saying? It's for the same thing now. Nothing has yet to be proven like that right now. But it sounds like the person or the woman that he was dealing with, they might have been a little more serious than somebody that he had just met. And a lot of these things are being said to really get at him, and that type of stuff will happen. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, I'm just gonna say this until it's proven. Okay, I'm gonna say this, bro. When you're living a certain type of lifestyle and you keep taking L's behind the lifestyle, bro, it might be time to kind of change that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what I would say about this dude Mystical. Because this is the third time he done got into this type of situation. And like, bro, 3 times? You know what I'm saying? It has to have a lot to do with him and the decisions that he is out there making with the women that he's dealing with, out there being a simp. Okay? You still live in that same lifestyle, dude. After doing time, and then after escaping being convicted the past time, you know what I'm saying? This is the 3rd time you back up in it? I mean, again, y'all, this is what these entertainers have to offer you. That's just dumb. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, anytime you in jail behind something, that means you lost. Okay? And he's a big loser because, man, he could have did something different. I mean, in my opinion, he's in that situation again behind the decisions that he make and the type of dude that he is, and the dude that he refused to get rid of, okay, in order for him to live his life and see better days. But that's just my opinion on that situation. But you know, moving on. Okay, y'all, it's time to get into this social media. First off, I want to talk about this Gina 2 backlash that I got behind the videos or the shorts that I made. And you know, I had some women pull up a little tested about that issue. And look, at the end of the day, man, my opinion was not about pointing a finger. Okay, it was about future loss prevention. You know what I'm saying? Just doing my part, putting my little 2 cents in. And it was way too many people, or just women, who pulled up acting like I owed it to them and the person in question a nicer way of expressing my opinion. You dig? For those people who feel that way, understand that I don't pander to the queen complex. You dig? Some of you broads have this complex. You know, feeling like y'all are exempt from any type of real judgment or accountability. You know, I don't pander to y'all, and I don't make information for y'all either. I make information for top tier women. You know what I'm saying? Who can see and learn from accountability so that they can remain or become that top tier woman tomorrow. Okay? So, in the name of making an effort to ensure people who matter do not fall into the same trap, anybody can get it. You dig? Alright? And I just wanted to say that real quick on that Gina 2 situation. But just moving on, man. We butt naked now. Okay, y'all? So don't be caught buying fake clothes, okay? Now, as y'all know, YouTube has removed the ability for you to really hide your subscribers. Okay, and various people made their subscribers private for various different things. Some people, such as myself, did it because I was told that it helps people sub to the channel. People have a herd type of mentality. I was told these various different things. But some people, y'all, hid their channel because a lot of these dudes got caught buying views, okay? They got caught buying views. And you will notice some of these people, I pulled up to their channel. You know, I check out some of their information. But yeah, y'all, and a brother asked me that, like, dang, that person had that, didn't that person have about 200,000 views? Now they got like 50, 60, 70, 80. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes out here were buying those views, y'all. And a lot of their subs were built on people just pulling up like, yeah, okay, herd mentality, this and that. That's why a lot of people started to do it. Not everybody, but the people that we seen, we know. You did? And a lot of these people pulled up, and they do pull up on this platform to tell you they millionaires and all this different type of stuff. But this is what they were doing. This is why I tell y'all, man, a lot of these dudes on here, they be frauds, man. You know what I'm saying? They be frauds. And you know what I'm saying? They pull up, they faking their numbers, they faking the information. They kind of out here pinching off other people. You know what I'm saying? Being these type, and it ain't nothing wrong with riding with concepts and things like that. But like I said, when you doing stuff and you're not giving props where it's due, these are the type of people you get. You know what I'm saying? Oftentimes. But I want to tell people, because a brother, he came to me and he heard what I said on that one video where I was like, drop your stuff. He was like, man, I only got about 20 subs though, bro. People gonna, man, drop your stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? And don't worry about faking it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be buying views and stuff like that. Just drop your stuff. If people pull up to talk about your views and your subs, on average, man, when you look at those people, they typically ain't got no subs or no information. And even if they do, the fact that they pulling up to say that, good chance that their information ain't all that good. And then oftentimes we let a lot of these other people who are out here faking it, buying subs and stuff like that, intimidate us from doing what's real. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that be you. You know what I'm saying? Don't buy your subs. You know what I'm saying? Don't get shut down. And there are a few of these dudes that got shut down because of that. And they created this whole story as to the reason why they got shut down. But that's not why they got shut down. A lot of these dudes got shut down because those subs was wrong. And YouTube had to clean it up. Okay? And so, don't get caught buying fake clothes. You dig? It's not smart. Okay? Next thing I wanted to talk about is the what are you doing person. I wanted to say this, you know what I'm saying? If you this person pulling up talking about, well, what are you doing? That is lame. You know what I'm saying? First off, why does somebody owe explaining to you what they're doing? Okay, to make you feel like they're important. Why do they even have to do that to you? You just somebody in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? And when I say that, you're just somebody literally in the comment section saying that. You know what I'm saying? You're not contributing to the topic at hand. You're not saying, okay, let me respond to what they're talking about in the video, because you can't respond to what's in the video. You just pull up and say, hey, what are you doing? For a lot of y'all who pull up and think that that's some clever attack or character assassination method that's supposed to be something that worked, you're lame, okay? That's what it does to you. It makes you look lame. And people who are typically doing that, you're letting it be known that you ain't doing nothing yourself, okay? Stop pulling up expecting people to give you an explanation to what they're doing, because you can't intellectually challenge what they're talking about. You dig? And I wanted to move on from that, because people do this silly stuff and it's childish, really. Expectation is higher over here. But moving on. I wanted to speak on this cheating thing, because a few people were tested about that. Look, cheating is when you are dishonest in the relationship. Okay? That's what cheating is. It's not necessarily in action. Okay? It's about how you're doing it. Okay, if you're out here doing it behind somebody's back, that's cheating, you know. But when I was like, other dudes get mad about it, other dudes get mad about certain men who got a situation where they're not cheating and they're kind of having their own situations going on with other women. They get mad about it because he got it like that by being real and straight up about it, and that other dude who don't got it like that is mad because he never was able in a position to get it like that. You know what I'm saying? He never had the it was never in him to really pull up and say to the woman, look, this is how I want things to be, and not really trip on if she walked away or not. Okay, he was never able to do that, and that's most men. And so what they do is they kind of sit back and they kind of had these kind of jealous vibes towards dudes who do got it like that. You know what I'm saying? Who was like that. And so that's what cheating is. It's not somebody who has an understanding with their number one person or whatever, and they're out doing it and they are knowing about it. And so I just wanted to hit on that real quick. Next thing I wanted to talk about is my thoughts on shorts. You know, shorts is becoming the new thing now. It's catching up, but y'all know I talked about this months ago. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all that shorts is for mobile. It's for the mobile phone. You know what I'm saying? And that a lot of times extended videos, they typically have to be checked out like when you're in a stationary place maybe, or you're watching TV. Because when you're on the go and you're moving around in society, and to me, you have a shorter attention span when it comes to your phone, especially when it comes to information. And so I think it's cool. Some people think that it's not a good thing because they say it's becoming TikTok, but you know, maybe YouTube is looking at how TikTok is getting more participation over there. And I mean, makes sense because a lot of people around the world, y'all, they don't have the data, okay, to really be making big time videos and stuff like that, like a lot of us do over here in the West or out of the West. And so shorts and things like that, whether they're making them or watching them, is a godsend to a lot of people. You know, it gets a lot more people involved. So it makes sense. And me, y'all know I like making extended videos, and I'm going to keep making them, you know what I'm saying, because that's what I like. But y'all know that I get on a short spell, especially now, because, you know, shorts is, man, it definitely can help you achieve certain goals with your channel. You know what I'm saying? And so that would be my thoughts on shorts. Next thing, somebody wanted to know my thoughts on all of these celebrities buying these lotto tickets, okay? And y'all, the reason why they had that going on is because the lottery is on the decline, okay? It is on the decline. Millennials and Gen Zs do not really play the lottery. And so they use these celebrities and stuff like that, like they always use them. They're just human billboards. They use them to encourage you to go out and get involved in the lottery. Okay? And so that's pretty much the reason why they were showing all of them dudes doing that. It's a good chance them dudes probably do that all the time, some of them dudes. It's probably been going on. Y'all don't think that's been going on? But they start putting it up front because they want to get millennials and Gen Zs in there buying lottery tickets like your grandma do. But I don't think it's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to do something else. I don't know, but I don't think it's gonna work. But that's why I think that they were showing it. The next thing here is I wanted to speak on this Rick Ross thing. So yeah, Rick Ross apparently couldn't get past the gate at Buckingham Palace, I believe. You know, I believe he was over there somewhere in Europe or somewhere, and he wanted to get in, but was reminded that they don't respect him like that. And see, that's the thing, y'all. See, when you a boss based on money, you know what I'm saying, and not by way of like conquest and culture and things like that, they don't take you seriously. Okay? You know, Rick Ross is somebody that they know for a fact is called a boss over in the West because he pretty much just got a lot of money and he's on the internet spending a lot of he's showing a lot of toys and stuff. They don't respect that, especially over there where the people in the landscape is a lot older. Okay, culture still exists in a lot of places over there. All right, and so he was kind of reminded that, look, nah, bruh, you only a boss among your people, and you know they show that a whole lot. They like to show y'all how, if they're not showing that these entertainers just submitting to these other groups of people, they like to show y'all how the other groups of people don't even take them seriously. Okay, I remember that Jacquees situation where they had him on the airplane, and he was all mad at some dude, and the dude was just kind of like not taking him seriously, laughing at him, because they know who these people are. They know that they are in place because of them, all right, and not because of anything else. And so they don't really take that seriously. And what I think is funny is what they did do, based on what Rick Ross said, was they gave him a sea roach to eat based on his boss status. Okay, he said that they offered him one of the best, I think, lobsters over there or something instead. And that ain't nothing but a bottom feeder. Okay, so this is how they do things. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to speak on that because y'all got a peep game. You dig? Only with us do we look. Do these people get this whole idea that they are some special type of people? Outside of that, these people look at them like they are the pawns that they typically are. And I'm just keeping it a buck. You dig? And so moving on. I wanted to ask this question here because I made a short speaking to women, and I asked a question because, you know, men are kind of on the sideline, and this whole talk about the value of a woman and what a woman is going on, but a lot of women not showing up to the battle. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, you know, some of the folks I mess with, though, I'm gonna go ahead and flash some of their statements because they definitely stood up to the challenge. But my thing is, can you defend who you are if you don't know who you are? Do women know what a woman really is? Okay. And I want to ask, you know, if women don't know who they are, how can women expect to be valued as women, and most cannot define what one is? And the reason why I'm asking this, y'all, it's a backdrop. The short that I made was a good backdrop to ask this question, because I made this question and I did not get women coming in firing on all cylinders. Okay, I got about 2 women that did that. Y'all see their comments. Other women really just didn't pull up. You know what I'm saying? One pulled up and said, because a woman is a woman. I mean, she tried to make it sound profound, but it really it didn't add to the pot. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, that is a very interesting thing. You know what I'm saying? When you look at women out here who are very vocal about women being respected, the disrespect that women have or deal with, and then you kind of ask women, hey, what is a woman? And then they don't show up. And what I did was I said outside of the physical. Okay, outside of the physical. You know, what actually makes a woman a woman? And I think that as men, when we look at these types of things, bro, that is a valuable thing. Okay, you know, that's a good thing. A woman who can define herself in this day and age without speaking on her physical attributes, that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna add to a top tier woman. What makes a top tier woman? Because a lot of women, you know what I'm saying, they do not got it. A lot of y'all women out there are kind of just sitting on y'all physical attributes. All right? But pull up and let us know at any given time. We got the shorts, and y'all can drop it down here as well. You know what I'm saying? Let us know. But I just wanted to call attention to that, and moving on to the last thing here. Black social media. Okay? Black social media. I wanted to say this, you know what I'm saying? Black social media has outclassed black entertainment in damn near every way, except for the materialistic toys that they get over there. And you know what I'm saying? We did it without selling out. Okay? I just wanted to say that. You know what I'm saying? Because people have been asking if, you know, I got an issue with entertainment or something like that. I don't got no issue with no entertainment or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. You know what I'm saying? But we got to know who they really are and what they represent. And then on top of that, we have to know the strides that we have made over here and how we should be patting ourselves on the back. No thanks to them. Okay? Entertainers did not make what we see over here what it is today. The people made what it is today. Made black social media what it is today. Okay? And so I just wanted to say that and leave it there, y'all. That was out of the blue, but I wanted to go ahead and leave it there. We're going to wrap it up here. You know, we're going to wrap it up here. I appreciate y'all pulling up. Don't forget to hit that sub button and that bell, because we dropping shit y'all like. It's your folks, Shaka the Urban Philosopher. I'm out. It's 300.